OnlyVans.
Hopefully you don't want another one because that was a bitch to go through.
That should get me through a good hour. That's all we need. We need one good hour right now.
True.
But
man, this whole setup's awesome though. Like,
Thanks.
even got the TV and everything too.
Usually I have the TV on, like giving us the time for like the podcast, but it's hooked up to the Switch right now, so we can't really do much.
What Switch game have you been playing recently? I know you're all into the Zelda games, but have you beat them recently? Or
I've been working on the Zelda Link's Awakening. I think I'm on the last boss or the last level. I can't beat it. It's a hard level to beat. But
who is it again? I didn't beat it, but I watched like all the boss walkthroughs and stuff like that.
I don't know who the last boss is. I'm assuming because you gotta like figure out you gotta get all the instruments for the egg, I guess. But I have no clue. I haven't played that in probably 2 months now.
Oh,
well, my Switch has been in here, so I keep on forgetting to bring it in my house. I'd had it in my house, but when I bring it in my house, I'm like, I don't even want to play video games right now. I kind of just want to watch people play video games right now.
I understand.
It's mindless entertainment. I've been really interested in mindless entertainment lately. And I don't know if it's like even like on my phone, like I scroll through Instagram on the reels, like that shit gets me going. But like that, all right, that's like an embarrassment in a sense because I don't like that. I feel like that type of entertainment feels like I'm being controlled to where like YouTube entertainment, like I'm deliberately typing in what I want to watch. So I feel like I'm kind of doing that myself. Right. To where or Instagram, you're just scrolling to the next video and it's like they just got you hooked in.
I don't even have Instagram.
Dude, I want to get rid of Instagram. I want to get rid of all social media, but because of fucking doing DJ work and now doing this, you kind of just need that social media aspect. I'm not making another page for the podcast. I'm doing everything through Curfew, the Curfew page. I'm just making it all one thing.
I got rid of Twitter a while ago, and I want to get rid of Facebook too, but I just can't with my job and everything. I have to keep that going for like posts and stuff like that, or else that would be gone too. But yeah, I still haven't jumped on the Instagram train.
Instagram's fun. I like Instagram. Instagram's pretty dope. The Facebook's kind of whack.
I refuse to use TikTok.
I refuse TikTok. Thank you, brother. Dude, cheers on that
Cheers.
one. I refuse TikTok.
Cheers.
No matter what. People always try, you should get TikTok. Just kind of like, no, how about you suck my dick? You know?
So many, oh God. I'm probably going to post this on Facebook, but I don't have too many friends that are Facebook friends that are patients. But some of them are like, oh, you should do those TikTok videos of like the chiropractic adjustments. I'm like, no. Like, I don't need to do that to show my work.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't download TikTok for it. Maybe I'll make one video just to show, like, what the actual adjustment is. But, like, I'm not going to be one of those people that, like, post them, like, adjusting people on Facebook and stuff like that. And then putting the mic so close up. Like, that's why you hear those loud pops, because they just have a mic, like, right there. So if they're adjusting the neck, like, they have the microphone right there.
It seems kind of like a nuisance, I feel like, when you try to do an adjustment, have a microphone. Now, this is, like, maybe you get, like, a really sensitive microphone, then you put it, like, right beside the patient, in a sense.
Yeah, that's basically what they do, and they're trying to go for the whole, like, sound effect thing. And it's like, you know, that's not necessarily how it works. Like, as long as you're getting the movement through there, that's all that matters. Oh, I still need to adjust you later tonight.
Yeah, get that adjustment
I got you.
Dude, that's just... Dude, like I said, I woke up that morning, my back was fucked up. I don't know what in the world happened. The only thing I think of is, like, it was my last day at Martin's. And I remember, like, going hard, like, on, like, the bushel of potatoes that came in. And that's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe when I work at the hospital, I'm literally just bent over the whole time. No homo. Yeah. Just fucking bent over, taking those fucking trash cans.
Dude, I woke up today and I just had my son Ellis 7 weeks ago.
Congratulations on that one.
Thank you. But God, I just realized, like, this morning I was trying to pick him up, and I guess I really leaned to my right side whenever I pick him up, and just my right SI joint, like, right where that, like, dimple is on your right low back there, that was just killing me every time that I tried to bend over. It was it was horrible, and I was like, man, I need to actually go back and get adjusted like on Monday.
So who do you like? Does like your
My boss gets
your
it.
boss?
Yeah.
Okay. So how's that? Who adjusts the adjuster? How's that work?
We switch off between asking each other.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I wonder how it's like with doctors, like because imagine you're like the number one doctor, and you can't get the number one doctor because you're the number one doctor. That's kind of fucked.
You have to have that mindset.
Like like, who's the best doctor in town? Your own name pops up. You're like, man, all right, who's the second best? Do you really want the second best doctor though? Because you want the best doctor.
Dude, our office is one best in the tri-state and best in like Hagerstown for like the past couple years, and like even I think before that, but every year since I've been there, they've won it. So
that's what's up.
But Brenna's a fucking whatever. Brenna's an awesome adjuster. So I mean, she put in her time and put in the work, and she's an awesome person too. So she's helped us out a lot.
That's good. That's what's up.
So you get those two people mixed together, and you got a pretty efficient office. I'm sorry, I'm just geeking out on work right now. We don't have to talk about.
No,
that.
You're good. I'm interested. I was trying to think of another question. Like
I mean, shit, we can go deep down into the rabbit hole with this if we want to.
I'm trying to figure out the best question because I don't want to like also like say like I want like privacy stuff. I'm trying to keep that like obviously low key but I don't know what's all you can tell.
So, in terms of what?
I don't know, like
just like crazy patient stories.
Maybe crazy patient stories or yeah, mainly that. I feel like that's something I can think of right now. But I don't know if that's like going over the boundary of like the prior. I guess if you don't say the name, I guess is like the main part.
No, I mean I won't say name, age, like date of birth, anything important like that. So I can talk about like specific cases, but as long as I'm not giving out like personal information, like 57-year-old female or whatever, I'm pretty much good. Even though that's still pretty like a broad spectrum. But so there was one patient that I treated at the last office. So this was probably about 3 years ago or so, and he came into me with 2 separate disc herniations within his neck, and
which is
so basically, sorry,
you're good.
My bad. So a disc herniation is basically where the disc bulges out a little bit. So basically the fibers keeping in like the inside of the disc basically break, or they get really weak, so a part bulges out.
Oh, okay.
And so that starts to impinge on the nerves, and that's why you get some of the pain associated with that. And so he had 2 of those within his neck, and he was scheduled for surgery within like 6 to 8 weeks or so. And he was like, I've tried everything else, like I'm scheduled for surgery, like I'm going to proceed with it, like pretty much no matter what happens, unless they have like an MRI showing that I don't have the herniations anymore. And he said, so you basically have like 6 or 7 weeks to basically do whatever you can with me to basically make sure that I don't have these 2 surgeries or whatever. And so by the end of I think it was like 6 or 7 weeks, because he needed a couple weeks beforehand, before the surgery, to just relax and everything else beforehand. And I was able to make sure that he only had surgery at one of those sites. So he was going to have surgery regardless, but one of the sites that they thought he was going to have surgery, and he actually didn't need it anymore after my treatments.
That's what's up.
Which was pretty cool. And then there was another patient at the old office that, geez, hold on, sorry.
You're good, man. You're good. That's pretty neat, though. That's awesome.
There was another person that had, it's okay. This one's a little bit more personal, but
you're good.
She had basically low back pain for a while, and we hadn't seen her for a while, and she was usually one of those patients that just came in like every now and then with like intermittent low back pain, like pretty easy stuff, like 1 or 2 visits and she's back to normal. And she came in and she was like, yeah, I've been having some pretty intense low back pain, like radiation down both legs, and like, that wasn't necessarily anything out of the ordinary, but we were asking some more questions, and we got to, like, any sort of, like, bowel or bladder issues. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I've had a couple kids and stuff like that, so I didn't really think anything of it, but I've been, like, wetting myself a little bit more, like, than usual. So, we ended up treating her a couple of times, and we didn't notice, like, the results that we were expecting. So we basically said that she had Cauda equina syndrome, and she had to go and get an MRI really quickly. So basically, there's a disc herniation that impinges on the nerve roots, or like the spinal cord itself, so badly to the point that if you don't get surgery, the patient could die pretty quickly, because they're starting to lose control of bodily functions at that point.
Oh.
So we ended up sending her out for an MRI, and she had surgery like the following day because of how serious it was, and it was that actual syndrome. So, I mean, I chose that one because of its severity, but also the fact that, like, I do understand that chiropractic care is definitely helpful for some people, but, maybe there might be another thing, like in terms of surgical intervention, that might be a little bit better.
So, is there I don't know if it's like conspiracy or not, but is there like a respect between doctors and chiropractors, or is that like, is there any beef at all whatsoever?
So, I mean, there's definitely a lot more doctors today that are more respecting of the profession than before. But oh gosh, we were grilled on this in chiropractic school, and I'm probably gonna get heat from some of my classmates that I don't remember the actual dates, but basically, in I want to say like the 70s or so, there was an actual court case between chiropractic care and the AMA, basically saying that the American Medical Association was basically creating a monopoly and keeping chiropractic out of it, because there were a whole bunch of things that they had, like, people were getting arrested early on in the profession because they were saying they were practicing medicine without a license and stuff like that.
Wait, chiropractors were practicing without a license?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was one of the crazy things I remember about some of my schooling in chiropractic school, is that whenever the president came out, he would tell some pretty crazy stories about his family. And it was always, I never really thought about it, but looking back now, it's pretty interesting how, I guess this must have been like the 40s or 50s, but his parents had opened up a chiropractic school, like, which eventually turned into the chiropractic school that I went to. And he would tell the story of how basically his parents would give him like $1.25 or something like that each day and put it in a secret place. And since they were technically practicing medicine without a license, they were, like, the parents were subject to get, like, jailed or whatever. And so they would always have this extra money on them in case, and he would say, like, they would talk to him and just be like, hey, here's like $1.25, like, this is going to be for bail in case we go into jail, or like any extra sort of money before we get released on bail for the next couple days.
Yeah.
It's just, like, pretty crazy to think about, but chiropractic basically won that lawsuit, and there's still some people that are pretty skeptical about chiropractic care today, but I've seen more people that are for it than against it.
This comes down to the biggest term.
The
sketchy term, if you don't mind me asking. But
yeah.
I think the biggest beef between that, it's like the whole placebo effect.
Right.
So, do you ever like get patients ask you about anything like that, or what exactly is a placebo effect, first of all?
So the placebo effect is basically saying that you're giving a sham treatment, and people notice a positive effect when in actuality they're not actually receiving treatment. So,
okay.
In terms of chiropractic care, there's been plenty of articles that come out that talk about the effectiveness of chiropractic care in terms of any sort of low back pain, especially neck pain and headache, stuff like that. Gosh, again, I can't there were certain articles that I was taught to remember in chiropractic school that I can't remember anymore. But there's more than enough out there that actually says that like there's something behind chiropractic care in terms of effectively treating low back pain, migraines, headaches, like neck pain, anything like that.
Yeah, like, 'cause before I got the adjustment from you the first time, I was thinking about all of that, and then, like, I just listened to it. I was like, oh fuck, I'll try it out. But I mean, I noticed a big difference, and at least I think I did. Like, especially like the whole breathing thing you were telling me about, how like the ribs go against like the lungs and stuff. Like, I noticed a lot better in my breathing after that. So
that's awesome. No, I mean, I'm happy to hear that, but it's.
I feel like it's the mind. I feel like when you start talking about like placebo effect and all, and if you put that, because the thing about the bullshit about that conspiracy is like you can say you feel like you got better, but then the placebo effect is like, oh well, because the placebo effect, there's like really no, like it's a really hard offense to defend it, if that makes sense,
right.
or not. I guess like a hard way to like, because I feel like that conspiracy is like so strong to where like it's like, no matter what you say, it can always, oh, it's placebo, because you don't really have to defend that answer, because like if you know what a placebo is, like you kind of like, you don't really have to like really explain it, I guess, in a sense. But like, it's like, well, it's actually not, you know, like.
So when you're learning how to adjust people, there's different levels of mobilization that they talk about, and so what I would have to look over the articles and stuff like that again, but I guess for the placebo effect, they would be talking about just like grade 1 mobilization. So basically going through like active range of motion of the neck, or basically just having the patient like stretch out basically, and they might do a little bit of passive or like just overstretch it a tiny bit, but not actually give that thrust, or just give one that's very minor.
Okay.
So it's sort of to just provide a little bit of that, what do I want to call it? Basically just giving it a little bit of like just some thought to that area, just saying like, hey, I'm here, like I'm not moving correctly, like I have this part of my body still connected to me, if like you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual adjustment, there's been studies on that too, in terms of what actual speed you need to reach in order to perform like an actual chiropractic adjustment. And I forget what it is, but it has to be within, you have to perform the actual like wrist maneuver within a certain number of milliseconds for it to actually do what you want to accomplish. So there's definitely some skill behind it. You can't just like put all of your body weight onto an area and sort of just lay on it. Like you'll be able to get some pops and stuff like that, but you're not necessarily going to be accomplishing what chiropractors do.
Okay.
Another Corona.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like it's like the difference in like people that just want to crack your back in general. But you're kind of like, wait, should you even crack my back? Because like, yeah, anyone can crack a back, but I feel like there is a certain technique that you should crack a back, or like, cause they did that. Even my friend, like, you know, Billy, like he did that little crack thing, but like I wonder what the difference between him doing it versus you doing it, if that makes sense. Not that I'm saying he might. I mean, not that I'm saying like I'm going against his technique or anything. I mean, he's not a chiropractor, but also like you are. So it's kind of like I gotta like I'm curious to like just try them both out like side by side and see like what the difference will be.
There's a lot of people that really defend chiropractic care and say like, you know, only chiropractors can like adjust and stuff like that. And I mean, in terms of what you're doing, in terms of like the actual thing that Billy was doing that most people do, you're still going to be getting somewhat the desired effect, but you're not going for the specificity. So
I feel like that effect, because I've seen I guess that's kind of like the last resort technique, I guess, in a sense. Does that make sense at all? When you do like the stand up, like cracking back motion, I feel like that. I mean, I've seen you doing chiropractor work on an actual like table with like the professional way, but also like the other way that you do it is also a good way to do it. But it's like the last resort if we have to do this. Like, does it make sense?
Yeah. So I think that it should be more like first line, and especially like places like in Ohio in 2012 2016, 2017, 2018, something like that, they released basically a law that said that if someone's going to get opioids or any sort of like major painkillers like that, they have to go through like 4 to 6 weeks of conservative care before that. So basically like PT, acupuncture, chiropractic care.
Wait, so you're allowed to give out prescriptions?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, but like just saying that.
You're kind of a dick if you could. You're an asshole. You're the reason why.
No.
Yo, prices I'm just kidding.
I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, but I mean, the people that actually need it probably aren't coming into our office. To be honest, like they're the people that can't move whatsoever. Like have been laying basically on a bed or something like that for like a week or so, just not being able to move. Like we're supposed to be against medicine, but I understand in certain situations you need something. And for someone like that can't actually move or do anything without some sort of pain, and having like something like OxyContin within a respectable controlled amount, like isn't going to be a bad thing.
Damn.
But so going back to your other question, I think that it should be sort of first or second line in terms of, if people think their back pain's very severe, they should go to an orthopedist first and maybe have like an MRI or something done through that. If it's
Wait, what's an orthopedist?
Basically someone that performs surgery.
Okay.
So maybe get an MRI or get some extra imaging to see what's actually needed at that point. Otherwise, just like going to PT or a chiropractor, like within a couple visits, you should be able to know whether you're on the right track to recovery or not.
Okay.
There's
so many different terms in doctors, or like different terms and like professions in the medical community. I get so confused on, like, I can't keep up with them.
Well,
apparently a fucking dentist is not orthodontist either.
No.
And that's just that. I'm just getting so confused. Like,
well, it's funny because if you talk about basically what chiropractic care is based off of, a subluxation, or basically some interference with the vertebrae on the spinal cord. A subluxation within chiropractic care means that a subluxation within like the medical community means like basically a like very severe dislocation, almost to the point where it needs to be like amputated because of how out of alignment it is. So you have like different definitions for the same word within the community, which I think that if someone's not necessarily familiar with chiropractic care, that also might be some barrier in terms of getting a patient in. Like, okay, this person's like vertebrae is not necessarily like super fucked up at this point. I think most people at this point know about chiropractic care to some extent, though. But it's just funny how like the same term can have like different meanings, though.
Give me like, what are some terms that have the same meanings? Like, what, like, wait, what?
Damn,
what?
putting me on the spot.
Yeah, like what?
Subluxation's honestly the only one that I can think of at this point. Like, that just has like a direct difference between the meanings between a medical doctor and a chiropractor.
What is that? That's a big word. What does that word even mean, man?
So
you're saying two big words. I'm retarded.
The subluxation is what I was talking about before in the chiropractic community, where you have some vertebrae basically causing some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then the other one is the medical doctor term, meaning like basically a bone's like super disjointed.
Okay. Damn. Okay. I feel so retarded right now.
Yeah, no, you're good. I've been just like geeking out for the past like I don't even know how long about that. So
wait, how many years in school did you do for this? Was it your standard 4 years, and you do more than 4?
I did sort of an accelerated course, so I did about so I did about 3 years in like a traditional like undergraduate program, and then they ended up cutting some of my financial aid, and so I didn't go back there. So I started chiropractic school a little bit early, but they basically had like a chiropractic bachelor program or like a concurrent program, so I could do both at the same time. So I ended up going through chiropractic school and finishing up my bachelor's within 3 years and 8 months.
So you went to school, but then while you're during school, then you went to chiropractic school. Wait, did I hear that right?
Yeah. So
what's the point? What's the point of going to school in the first place? You're just going to go chiropractic school. Like what? That makes no sense at all.
Most places requires either an associate's or a bachelor's degree,
But does that degree mean like what you're learning within that degree? All right, this is why I get so confused. I get so like mind blown. Like in the associate's degree, what are you? Do you have to go like to English classes, math classes to get the associate's degree to go on to the next thing?
Probably.
That's retarded.
I know.
That makes no sense at all. That's a scam. That's a fucking scam.
Right.
And in college, that is a fucking scam to where like, you have to take classes that don't do anything with your profession instead of just going to school and stuff. That's the thing that I understand with that in trade school. Like trade school is actually like it's just you don't have to go to college. It's just you learning like to do like mechanic work or construction work or some shit, right?
Yeah. So like,
why can't you do that with the same thing? Why can't it be like a trade school for chiropractic or for that type of field? Why have to go to fucking college to do an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, just to go to the next level? That makes no sense at all. Am I ranting right? I'm sorry.
No. I'm just trying to. I'm just. So
it makes no sense.
I'm sure some chiropractors would disagree with me, but I don't necessarily think you need to go to school for 8 years for chiropractic care. Like, you can give me all the shit that you want for it, but
well, it's not like going to 8 years. Just all right. If you're going to school for 8 years strictly in chiropractic school, all right, that will make more sense to me. And then instead of saying, hey, I went to school for 8 years, or well, I went to school for 2 or 3 years, not even learn the profession, but just so I can get accepted to learning the actual profession. Am I saying that correctly? Yeah, so, that's what I'm hearing out of this.
I was just talking to a patient about that the other day. Like you're
really just doing 5 years when you think about it.
So I was talking to someone about that the other day.
3 years would be a waste of time.
And basically, I was like, so you learn so much information in any sort of like grad program or like medical school, anything like that, but the amount of people that ask you the questions that you're studying are like slim to few, or like pretty much no one. Like
your patients don't ask you that?
Yeah, gosh.
Okay.
What was the one question my patient asked the other day? Oh, it was she was like, the physical therapist in the other room was talking about like spicy food and how he didn't like spicy food and stuff like that, and I said, and he said something about like, what are the different taste sensations of the tongue? And so I ended up telling him umami was one of the ones that he was missing. But then the patient asked like, so what area of the tongue like picks up the sweets like taste or whatever? And I was like, I studied that in school. I can't tell you off the top of my head though.
It's your outer part, right?
I didn't look it up, but I think it's the outer part or like the lateral part of the tongue that picks up sweet. But and that's what I told her, but I was like, I might be completely wrong. I'll look it up and I'll let you know at the next appointment. But it's just one of those things, or like, I would never expect a patient to really come in and be like, so what part or what nutrients get absorbed at the distal tubula of the nephron. It's like, I'll look that up really quickly and I'll let you know. And I mean, maybe that's just because I'm lazy and don't keep up on all the research, but I feel like a lot of chiropractors or just people in general would have would struggle answering that question.
Mm-hmm.
So you learn a lot of extra information, but you don't necessarily need it on like an everyday basis.
Yeah, true. Dude, Sam, you're right in front of me. Why are you sending me shit?
She was the movie as fuck.
You're sending me memes, man? Like, we're doing a podcast back here. You're just sending memes? What the fuck?
Was fucking fucked up. You saw it?
No, it's loading right now. I was so confused why you're typing to me. I'm like, why are you typing? You're literally 3 feet in front of me. We're in the same vehicle together. You don't need to text me, man.
It went around the head. I was like, yeah, I'm really into it, man. I can't.
You know Levere? You're good?
Yeah, man.
All right.
She was too funny. She
I'm fucking jealous. You got the AC going up there. It's fucking hot as balls back here, dude.
Did you want
Like,
me to get you a shirt or something?
No,
Like,
I mean, I'm actually fine, but like, I can definitely like, just. I feel like you're probably definitely way more hotter than me, probably. Really? Are you good?
I'm good.
I think I'm wearing all. Like, yeah, shorts and yeah, you're probably good.
Like,
I got.
oh shit,
Yeah.
you're wearing a long sleeve shirt
I got
under
3
that
layers,
too.
dude.
Damn.
I got 3 layers on. I got.
Dude, you
undershirt.
got to take the jacket off at least.
I was going to, but I'm trying to I'm trying to make the professional look, do the whole curfew look, you know, keep it going, keep all that shit going. That's the whole thing about this podcast. I'm trying to figure out like, I was just going to be myself, like just be Corey, but I was like, well, if I'm doing a curfew, I got to do the whole curfew persona and just do the whole suit thing. I'm like, well, that makes me like feel a bit more better, just like when I'm trying to advertise it, and then you know, like, hey, that's the dude. He's wearing the suit. But I want to change to cowboy. I want to change it up to being a cowboy.
A cowboy?
I want to be a fucking cowboy, bro. I want to be the first dubstep country fucking
Dude, that sounds
producer.
That sounds like Little Texas.
Nah, I don't think it's like Little Texas. I think like, dude, Taboo is on that shit right now, like doing the
Ah,
country
true.
stuff.
True.
He's the most country we got in the EDM community. Dude, that dude's a savage.
Shit, do you mind if I grab a Corona?
Oh, you good, man.
Okay.
I'm about to say,
I'll throw a couple extra beers in there. I thought I had some. Do you have a bottle?
Can you grab me
opener
a?
up there?
Oh, there's one on the side. Oh, right there.
Oh, gotcha.
Can you go grab me one too? I guess I'll do a Corona. Fuck it. I like a good Corona. Corona's a good beer. Corona, sponsored this podcast. Clip it, send it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you see the meme I sent you?
I see it, but I can't hear it. I'm not trying to like. I mean,
You see like the
Gotta add some seasoning.
beginning of it?
that's so fucking gross.
What was it?
That's. Was it a dick? That's why I forgot I was hooked up on Bluetooth. I need another camera to just have the computer screen on so we can watch the shit that I look at. I'm about to buy a HDMI cord for my phone. I didn't know they sell HDMI cords for phones.
Oh, so it's like a converter sort of thing? Or?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
I didn't know
actually a
that.
really good idea, honestly.
Yeah.
And then I looked them up. They're pretty cheap. Like I think I found one for like $15, $16 on Amazon. Amazon's the shit, bro.
How long is it though? That's the main.
I think the one I saw was 10 foot.
Okay, that's
10 foot.
That's a fair amount then. Like,
Yeah,
if
because
you
you need
get
one connected to your
anything less
TV
than-
and also to your bed. You need a long cord.
if you get anything less than 10 feet, you're fucking up.
But then again, you don't really need that, depending on the TV, because they have mirroring. You can mirror.
Dude,
TV. Like I can mirror my TV on my phone, but even like the quality is really bad when you mirror. Really bad.
Like, I'm not trying to pull this card, but you're younger than me. You're in better health. Like, I have a kid.
yeah,
like,
man,
I'm trying to
you
look
think I'm
for
in better health? Guess
I'm
what,
trying-
motherfucker? I got my blood work done. I got high cholesterol.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to even see mine then, but like, I have a kid too, so it's like I'm just trying to look for the lazy option. So the longer it is, like, the better I am to just like say like put in the wall like over here, as opposed I don't know. I just feel like I need the extra feet just in case I'm in a bind, and it's like, man, I just gotta plug the shit in somewhere. Like, I'm lazy. I'm not gonna try to find a spot. If I see a spot, even if it's inconvenient, I'm just gonna be like, all right, let me plug it in here.
Dude, that's so. Dude, I fucking got my. Did I mention that? Like, I got high cholesterol. I'm 25. I weigh 125 pounds, and I have high cholesterol. This is America. This is
Yeah.
America, dude. To
I-
where you can be super healthy and somehow still have high cholesterol.
I don't even want to know what mine is then. So
I do. Well, they gave me back to the blood work, and then it's so funny because every time I get blood work done or get some shit like that done and get my checkup, I'm thinking, dude, like, if it's anything, I want it to be epic. Like, I got cancer or some shit. No, you make it epic, bro. Make it epic. High cholesterol, it's not really epic. It's kind of like, man, it's just a burden. You know, like, fuck, like. I can't, like.
did they give you like any medication?
Nah,
for it, or-
the doctor was
okay,
like, man,
okay.
you're 25. Like, if you're a 45, I'll be concerned.
Yeah.
But even that symptom's like, you saying you be concerned if I'm 45, that's still kind of concerning. you know? And then he's like talking about, he's like, well, it could be genetics. He might just have heart disease. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just be quiet. All you gotta do is be quiet, dude, at this moment. He's been a cool doctor and stuff. And like he's about to give me a physical. I'm like, bro, if I gotta whip out my nuts right now, I really don't want to whip out my nuts because I'm already just disappointed.
Just never talk about any sort of low back pain or any sort of like groin pain. Then you're definitely gonna get the turn and cough.
Wait, what? What?
How they
Oh,
how they
call.
check for hernias.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay,
all right,
okay.
turn your head and cough.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He just checked my just put the fucking what's the thing called, the heartbeat thingy.
The
They have you put it in your ears and it checks your heartbeat.
I've been drinking too much at this point.
Oh,
I
what's
can't
that thing
remember
called?
It. It's the
I'm about to say odometer, but it's not that.
No.
I'm thinking like car. I'm thinking of like not odometer.
It's
Right?
not that.
Odometer's car, right? Or a
Give me like 2 minutes and I'll be able to give you the answer for that.
There's gonna be like 3 people listening to this, but like, it's this, motherfuckers. I'm like, dude, we can't think of it. What's it called?
What, the thing you stick to your heart?
Oximeter.
That doesn't sound right. We got
Thank God.
phones. Yeah, look it up. What's the thing? What's it called?
Where is my
What are
phone?
you talking about?
The thing that doctors use to check your heart. They listen to your heart, and they have the thing that they put the things in their ears.
It's an aux pulse reader. I know like the offhand name for it, but I can't think of
We don't
like,
need
the official name.
we need the official name, Michael.
Type in aux pulse, like OXPULSE.
Ox pulse meter.
Read the names of it and I'll be able to let you know.
It's like the electronic, like non-electronic, I guess.
Like blood pressure or
No, 'cause this is what it tells you. It does the same thing, but like what's
the thing that you stick on the end of your finger.
yeah, that's the thing. It's popping up.
It's the aux pulse. If that's what you're
Yeah.
looking for, I can't think of the actual
But it's not.
name of
Okay,
it.
that's kind of it does the same thing,
Hold
but
on.
like
What does it say?
supposed to color LED finger thing.
Oximeter, yeah, and that's what it is. It tells you your heart rate, your percent oxygen saturation, and your blood pressure.
Yeah, but it's not the thing that you put in your ears though.
Is it called the
Oh, stethoscope.
Stethoscope.
Oh, damn! I thought you were talking about like okay.
Yes,
okay.
that's it. Stethoscope. Yeah. Odometer. That's the thing on the car. I'm pretty sure.
Were you about to say
Speed-
Obama?
No, I was about to say Obama. I really was.
Fucking Obama.
Fucking Obama. No, not speedometer. Speedometer. I'm retarded, dude. I am straight retarded right now.
Yay! Welcome to the first podcast. Cheers.
The second episode.
What?
Yeah.
What was the first episode?
Oh, we did it last week.
Damn.
It hasn't been released yet. Well, it'd be released now by the time people hear this.
Oh,
but,
for sure.
We did that with Jimmy and my friend Brandon and Jimmy. You were there. The 2 guys were at the bar with at Piccadilly's. We're chilling.
Oh yeah.
That one girl had like a firefighter husband. And
Wait, that was. You recorded all of that, or was that something?
I didn't record that conversation. No, I recorded.
Oh, you were just talking about that.
Those are the people that I was hanging out with.
Okay, gotcha.
I think because that's probably the only time you met them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I still have one guy's number in my phone, and it's like he was just like, just text me anytime.
That was Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, just text me anytime you hear anything like super crazy or anything, and I was like,
Dude, he's all about that shit.
Like,
he loves
there's
it.
some things with the government, but I was like, man, nothing's like super worthy enough for me to send to him because like I want to fucking blow his mind with what I send over to him.
You're right.
Like,
Right.
He was talking about some stuff, and I was like, I completely agree with that. And it's like, if I send something over to him, I want him to read and be like, dude, what is going on right now?
You don't want the response to be like, yeah, no.
Or just be like, oh, that's cool. It's like,
yeah. That's
dude,
that's still
I
like
get so
2008.
yeah.
I feel you. That's how I feel like with my boy Richie sometimes when I send him stuff. And it's kind of like he probably already knows. He's kind of I don't know. I'm trying to learn.
What's he talking about? Like bug protein or
Who, bro? Jimmy or Richie?
Yeah. Or
Jimmy talks about there's so many things I talk to him about, and he just goes down the biggest rabbit hole, and like he goes so even my boy Richie, they know so much about down this rabbit hole. It's kind of like, dude, like Now I'm freaking out. I started off this conversation kind of like as a joke, but also kind of like an Alex Jonesy jokey vibe.
Yeah.
And now I'm scared to drive home. You know,
that's how I feel when I hang out with my friend Chase. It's like, dude, if our iPhones are listening to us, like we're on some sort of list right now.
Dude, they definitely listen. The iPhones listen, everything listen. They all listen. All devices listen. We have 3 phones in here and my laptop, which is not connected to the internet, and I'm pretty sure my laptop is still listening to us.
So
and it's recording our conversation actually. So it is. This is like it's crazy. And not only that, the dumb part is I'm going to post this to the public. So like I'm doing the work for them. Technically.
So I ordered DoorDash literally last night because we had to go to some event at my wife's school, and so I ordered from DoorDash. Literally, I pressed send to complete the order, and I have Uber Eats installed on my phone too. Literally, I press the button, like half a second later, I get a text from Uber Eats saying, save 70% off your next order. It's like, dude, that's way too coincidental. Like, the fact that I use DoorDash, their direct competition, and order through them, and then it's like, save 70%. Like, no strings attached. It's like, dude, they're listening.
That's
I've
wild.
also been watching a lot of Ghost Adventures recently. It seems like my son really likes listening to the main douchebaggy guy, Zach, on the show. I guess he has some sort of, like, awesome tone to his voice or something.
Ghosts are... I listen to GRE about Ghost. And he put a different perspective in my head. And I hear about ghost hunting, and hear people talk about ghosts. It's kind of like, well, are ghosts really real, or is it just a evolution thing that we see? Because like back in the, I remember hearing about this when I was a kid, on Animal Planet or Discovery Channel or some shit. Where like we used to sleep in trees, and then like the reason why we fear snakes because like, they can climb up on trees, and like we kind of like have. Like, there's that fear, like, you know, people have that fear of spiders, fear of snakes. Like, that's the only things that, like, kind of came. But also, when you're in the dark, you kind of make faces, and, like, you see faces. And, like, are the faces that we're seeing from people that claim ghosts, is it just an illusion in your mind because it's super dark and you kind of, like, just, like, your brain's trying to figure it out?
So, have you ever seen a ghost before?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, so... Jesus, I feel like I've been talking a lot during this episode, but
you're good.
My one ghost story is that when I was, I guess, in middle school, I forget what year exactly, there was a restaurant called Martha's Vineyard, not like the one in Massachusetts, but in Pennsylvania, and my mom was trying to look for a job there, and so we went there. And she went in for the interview, and I was sitting in the back of her car just hanging out playing like Game Boy or something like that. And so basically it was like a nice restaurant on the corner of the street, and then right near it was like a creek, or I don't know what you want to call it, but it was a creek at that point. And so I was sitting there in the car like just playing my games, and I looked up at one point and I saw a person in a wedding dress like coming up from like that area where the creek was, and then she walked behind the back of the building there, and I was like, that's weird, like. And so I ended up jumping out of the car like maybe like 30 seconds or so after I saw her pass by the building, and I ran down to like where she would have been, like at the back of the building, and I didn't see anyone. I was like, all right, that's cool, whatever. So anyway, like a month or two later, I was at my school, and I was in the library, and there was I think it was called this, but it was an orange book, and it was called Ghost Stories of the Lehigh Valley. And I opened it, and there was a ghost story about that place, Martha's Vineyard, that restaurant. And so I read it, and the thing that they were talking about was that people tend to see a person with a wedding dress coming out from like the creek over there. And I was like, all right, that's a little bit weird, or like that's a little bit coincidental. And I was reading into it, and basically what happened is that there's a lady during the Civil War, the world, Civil War, Revolutionary War, and her husband went off to battle, and she would come to what was then probably a river, just waiting for him to come home, and she finally got the word that he had died in battle at one point, and so she ended up killing herself in the creek there.
Whoa.
And so people end up seeing like a ghostly person in a wedding dress that comes out from that one area over there. And I don't know 100% if it was something that I saw or like if I saw the actual ghost or not, but there's so many things that line up with it, and I had no clue of this beforehand.
That's creepy. Well, I don't know, yo. The thing about ghosts, dude, like, whoa, that's so creepy, dude.
I just watched Ghost Adventures, and I don't know, I believe, like, some of the stuff in there, but I know what I saw, like, even if it was, like, a very, like,
wait, did you know about it before you saw it?
No.
Okay. Well, that's the thing about, like, all right, that's another thing about, because, like, a lot of them are pretty consistent when, like, there's certain things that you see that are pretty consistent with other ghost stories that also have the same experience, or other people that have that same experience with that ghost story.
Right.
And, like, that's just mind-blowing. Me, like, bro, if ghosts are real or what, I'm the type of guy who's just kind of like, we can go ghost hunting, I'm about it. Until we actually go.
Let's do another podcast where we do that.
No.
Let's
We're not.
it.
No, we did this before.
I'll shit my pants.
Sam, unlike the mute, because you know about this one. Unlike the second channel. Second one? Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, we got Sam on here. Look, we went all the way to this one spot to find this girl hanging from a tree, and my grandmother told me about it, and I'm like, let's go. And then, like, I think at the very beginning, yeah, it's fucked. Oh wait, yeah, but I mean the first one's probably better. Yeah, do that one. They're both pretty whack.
Because the vacuum. Because the.
Oh yeah, I forgot the AC is on. But it's okay. I can edit that shit out. You're good. But like fucking we went to go see this like girl hanging from a tree because my grandmother told us she saw it.
Nope.
And then, well, the thing is, like, at first, like, me, my boy Anthony, and his friend were all about it. Sam, he wasn't really about it at first. And then we get on the road, and then it's so funny because Sam, he got pretty turned, and then here I am. Now I'm being the bitch. I'm just like, fuck this. And Sam's like, nah, fuck this. We're going to see this shit right now. We're going to fucking see this shit. And then, like, the one dude, he's, like, being over dramatic. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm just kind of like, nah, dude, fuck this, dude. Like, I'm cool. Like, I was hype on the road there until we turned on the road that was, like, supposed to get us there. And I was like, nope. Like, fuck this. Because like, at the same time, just kind of like, yeah, we can talk about ghosts. We can like hang out. We can like go ghost hunting. But it's like at the same time, like, do you want people hunting for you? Like, fuck off. Like, like anything about like witchcraft or any of that shit. Like a Ouija board. Like I'll watch it.
Nope.
But like the thing about it's kind of like, no, fuck that. I don't want to be any part. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want. I mean, at nighttime, I definitely don't want to talk about it. I mean, during the day, this is fine. In my eyes, somehow it doesn't make any sense and it's really inconsistent. But it's okay. Fuck y'all. But like, it's just. No, like all that shit, like voodoo, like any of that voodoo. It's kind of like, all right, yeah, or you'd be like, dude, like, whoa, yeah, like it's all fake, bro. Like, don't worry about it. But no, even if it is fake, or if it's not fake, I don't want if it is. All right, let's say like you think it's fake and somehow it's real. I don't want to fuck with it. I don't want to fuck with anything like that. I don't care. Like I don't know if I believe it or disbelieve it, but I don't want to know anything about it. Just like I figured, this is the one thing. Like the less I know, the better off I am. That's the only thing that comes down to spirits and all that shit. Like I don't know. Like the only way that I will know is either I'll do a DMT trip and figure it out from there, or I'll die and then I'll figure it out from there. That's it. That's the only two things I can think of, or I will go into that realm of like the spirituality stuff. Like there's so many times we talked about ghost hunting on my old podcast. Like and it's kind of like, fuck, I'm fucking freaked out to drive home. And Billy lives in a fucking like scary country road
woods area.
Yeah, backwoods, dude. I'm just thinking like, only thing I think was like fucking Jeepers Creepers hopping on top of my fucking roof of my car, putting his hand down and taking my head out and chopping it off like that one scene. That's the only thing I can think of sometimes. Like, bro, I just want to get on the fucking I just want to get on the highway. If I get on the highway, I'm fine. Fuck. I just don't fuck with that shit, dude. It's scary.
Now, if you think about it, dude, that there's so much shit that you don't think that is real, but there's like, I don't know, witchcraft and all that. That shit exists, man. I don't know, but I was in fucking Mexico and I fucking hang out there 3 in the fucking morning and we're out there, you know, just hanging out. And me and my friend, my buddy, sticking out our head out the door and we're like, dude, there's something flying right there, you know? And like there's a star moving, like literally just moving around, just flying around, and like it's no fucking doubt. We're just fucking. I mean, we're fucking drunk, but we know what the fuck was going on. We're like, nah, that's some witches, man. They're like, now. There's a story about witches. Now they're not so more about living in like old small towns. They're more about living in like the big cities, because you know big cities.
I'm talking about bitches.
Well, no, big city people don't believe about witches, so they don't take care of their kids, and that's where witches take advantage of. Picking up their kids and catching them up for blood and all that, man, dude. It's like a fucking
like vampires.
Yeah. It's like yeah.
Or what about celebrities?
Yeah. It's like a big fucking.
Dude, we can.
It's a big fucking thing.
I gotta go get these girls
You
up.
just gotta say that thing for another fucking story, yo.
Yeah, we'll save this. We're about to hit our time limit right now.
Yeah, that shit's like it goes in deep, you know. And honestly, I heard about a lot of shit about there, and it's just too deep to go into. Like, it's gonna be here all night.
On here.
That's okay. But if you want to continue it later, we'll just get some food and we should probably get off of this then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out afterwards.
For sure.
All right. Next time.
My bad, muted you.
Oh, you're good. Till next time, guys. Let's do this shit.